Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with head football coach Brent Vigen. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official home of Cat Chat, every Wednesday night at 6:30. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. All right, everybody hearing us okay in the background here at Buffalo Wild Wings? We got thumbs up all around? All right, beautiful to see. Again, we are at Buffalo Wild Wings, and you can enjoy Cat Chat, the official radio show of head coach Brent Vigen and Bobcat Athletics over wings and beer every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Right here at Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, we got a great show for you today. The Bobcats coming off the win at Eastern Washington this week. Yes, heck of a game and heck of a Bobcat crowd there as well. Our player guests today, we've got another Brewers-centric show. We've got the Greby boys, both Bryce and Brody Grebe will be here today. And it is Military Appreciation Game coming up on Saturday. And so we have Josh McCain, the founder and CEO of Big Sky Bravery, here today. We're going to talk to Josh a little bit later in the show. But first, we get to say hello to head coach Brent Vigen. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing well. Yeah, we're at this point of the week. It's always it's good to get through the Wednesday and come down here to Buffalo Wild Wings for sure. But just continue to see the plan come into play and know that we're almost to game time again. Yep,
it's always the nice line of demarcation when you get to have some Buffalo Wild Wings. We know the prep is mostly in the books by now. And it is winter time, so I'm sure it's starting to really feel like it out on the field now the last couple of days.
Yeah, we've utilized the North Dome the last couple mornings. We're really thankful that the university decided to put turf in the north of those two domes, and it's about 70 yards. So we started our practice in there, and in there for about an hour. Then we were outside for about an hour. So it's been good to do that the last couple days. This morning the field was covered in snow. Yep. We can't do anything about that until we get a little clearing and get it melted off. So. Good couple days of practice, though, and feel like the guys are hungry to get back out there again. I know we ultimately won that game on Saturday. Didn't feel good about some things the way they went, but really responded well, and ultimately want to continue to push this team forward.
Yeah, I mean, this was one heck of a ball game this weekend against Eastern Washington. It seemingly had everything: big plays, turnovers, back and forth affair, all different types of weather as well in this game. I don't know, did the weather make much of an impact for you guys, or was it just kind of in and out?
That third quarter, as it was really sleeting. It was on the verge of being hail, I think, but it was sleeting. I think there was maybe a little bit of moisture. It was a little slick, but I don't know there was any particular play that did anything to us. I think our guys dealt with it fine. It probably could have been a lot worse. It rained all the way up until the time we got there, basically, and then it stopped and it picked back up a little bit. But the weather's one thing we can't control, and whatever we have to play in, we have to play in. So even days like today where it's colder and there's a little snow on the field, there's ultimately a game that could be like that. So we got to chalk it up as good experience.
Yeah, almost undoubtedly there will be a game like that. This was a fascinating game to watch from the defensive side for you guys as well. Obviously, the change with finding out Kakoa Visperis, number 0, the starting quarterback, was not going to play. Jared Taylor got the start, a guy you guys did kind of game plan for. But also in regards to that, too, did I hear that you guys had some problems with your iPads in this game as well?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
We talk all about these iPads. Ours didn't work the whole game. I actually talked to our, whatever he is, assistant commissioner just before I came down here. This is something, it's a company that our entire conference is working with. This was the first game where there's been anything like this. So let's hope that was it. I know we were feverishly trying to get it corrected and just didn't through the game. So, that's one thing you kind of go back into old-fashioned coaching mode. And old-fashioned coaching mode was just last year when we had to coach without iPads. Players had to play without the iPads. So, but I guess within the moment you do realize you become somewhat dependent on them.
Yeah.
At least that instant feedback that you get. So, we got to figure out an alternative if it ever goes down again, but ultimately we hope that's not the case.
Yeah, but it did, make me think when I heard about that, just watching the adjustments you guys made throughout this game. And, ultimately at the end of this game, yes, you gave up some points to Eastern Washington, but that was the fewest amount of points Eastern has scored in a Big Sky game this year, and you pitched a shutout in the fourth quarter. And, I think about the complimentary football you've talked about all season long, and Tommy Malotte's been darn near perfect. I mean, really, really close. But he does throw a fourth-quarter interception late in this game, and that defense came out, boy, and it seemed to really spark them. That was a big-time moment in this game.
Yeah, I actually think the touchdown that Tommy ran after the game got tied really put everybody maybe at ease. Because then our defense went out and got a 3-and-out right away. And I think our defense just played with a different level of confidence after that. We were maybe moving the front a little bit more. And we were, now 4 quarters into that, or 3 quarters plus into that game. I think maybe had a little better sense for what they were maybe going to do. Put some of the mistakes behind us, and the guys really responded. We haven't had a sudden change situation quite like that. Up a score, the ball is in their, our territory, I guess, and it's scoring for them. And the guys, we forced a fumble on the very first play. Paul Brott broke through. We almost got on that, but they lost yards, and we just followed it up with, really our best sequence of the day.
Yeah, I want to, speaking of forced fumbles, we should give Max Murphy some flowers out of Billings. He had that forced fumble on the kick return. Carson Williams had the recovery, turned into a touchdown right after that. But cool to see a guy like Max Murphy make a big play on special teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Any game, the special teams are going to turn the tide. And I think we really felt like, it's typically been that punt return, punt block situation for us this year. Ultimately, it happened just like that. It was a forced fumble on a kickoff. And their kickoff returner, Wortham, was extremely dangerous, and we knew because of the way the wind was blowing, he was going to get some opportunities. So to have that happen on the first one, and then to score the next play, it was a huge, momentum shift. Obviously, we capitalized. We're up 14-0. You felt like, okay, we could really go from there, but obviously it didn't quite play out that way. But credit to Max for making a big-time play.
Yeah, fun to see those guys making some impact on special teams, because we know that's an avenue to get these guys on the field. Staying on special teams, too, we saw Adam Jones, Rohan Jones kind of back on some kick returns. We know you guys are trying to save the red shirt for Ontario Latin Henley. Marquis Johnson's been banged up. So how'd you feel about those guys getting an opportunity back there?
Yeah, I think Adam as a primary, another opportunities for him to touch the football, I think benefits our football team. Bringing Julius back, there's maybe a few less touches in the backfield, so if we can get him a few through the kick return game, I think he's got the right style. I think we feel like he does, and we were really close. And I say we, he's a beneficiary of scheme and blocking and execution, and I think it was his second opportunity in particular. We were really close. I know the off kick ultimately that Rohan got, we didn't probably block that one as well, but he's very capable back there too. So whether Roe's going to be in that spot or we have someone else, Adam will continue to be the primary as we go into this week's game at least.
All right, well, we'll see how that continues to play out. You did mention the touchdown run by Tommy Malott, really an incredibly impressive touchdown run that sparked it. It was another big play. It was another big play that gave the Bobcats the lead. But the really cool part about this, and I know you and I talked about it a little bit, but he was sitting right behind Don Hass and Steve Crocker in the all-time career rushing record book. So both those guys, they were at like 2,900, kind of the mid-2,900s, and Tommy was right behind them. And within that run, by the time he crossed the goal line, he not only passed both of those guys, but also passed 3,000 career rushing yards. Become just the fourth Bobcat ever to do that, as he continues to push out as the most prolific rushing quarterback in Bobcat history. And to do it in that moment and pass those two legends, it was just kind of one of those seminal moments with all that hard work to just pop up in that time. It was pretty cool to witness, and it was a heck of a run.
Yeah, he flew right by him. Yeah. I had to, needless to say, there was guys that had angles on him, and Tommy showed his speed. And I know Don Hass has his number retired, obviously a legend here. Steve Crocker, I've got a chance to know, both Montana natives. Played. Don played in the '60s, Steve in the '70s, so they played when, Bobcat football was really doing well, and Tommy's doing the same thing. And I think with Tommy, no moment's too big for him, and he's going to always be a forward thinker. And even him throwing that interception, I just know he's going to respond. And so that play he made, again, like I said, I think it settled our whole team down and allowed us to, go from, hey, this game just got tied up. We don't need to panic. Tommy's got this, and ultimately he did in a big way. Yeah,
it was fun to watch. The other part I want to talk about this, so that was a quick score and a lot of speed and really fast. But one thing we should talk about was in that second quarter, you guys get the football with about 11 minutes to go, and y'all executed a 9.5-minute touchdown drive. No big plays, just methodical. You converted, I think it was 4 third downs on that drive. You had 5 first downs overall. That was just one of those drives that was so impressive to watch from start to finish.
Yeah, I think we felt like Eastern and all they could do and would do up front would give us some challenges. We didn't get any big up the middle runs. I know Scottrade was close a few times. I know we talked about Tommy's perimeter runs, but up the middle, we were getting positive yards, but it wasn't like we were just getting the double-digit ones through that stretch. And we had to make some throws. I know a couple of those third down conversions were throws, one to Ryan, one to Taco. Yep. So I think it goes to show we can do it a couple different ways. We don't like to punt around here. I know that, and we had to do a couple times. So having the ability to stay ahead of the chains, meaning first down becomes 2nd and 6, let's say, and then 2nd and 6 becomes 3rd and 3. That's a good way to do it, and to melt clock and to really grind on a team. Although it doesn't happen all too often for us, that's certainly to be able to do that and continue to execute. That's going the long, hard way, and that's what we're trying to make teams do against our defense. And typically it doesn't work. So for us to be able to execute that drive was huge.
Yeah. It was 4 third down conversions, and the yardage to go onto those, it was 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. So ultimately, for most of that, that's pretty good shape. And it ended in a touchdown in which Scott Trey Humphrey kind of just walked in. And go back and watching that, man. I mean, the middle of the line just cleared everybody out. Ryan Lonergan had to come over. He caught somebody coming off the edge, and Rohan Jones got deep into the second level to just let Scott Trey kind of cruise through. That was a pretty special, even though it was only a 4-yard touchdown run. It was fun to watch back.
Yeah, that would have maybe been one of those longer ones up the middle. That was probably as clean as he had it. But again, there's certainly a amount of credit that goes to Eastern and the chaos they're trying to create. But then you flip that back on our offensive line. Continue just to be as disciplined as possible, knowing that they maybe will make a play or two, but ultimately we got to make way more and to rush for over 300 yards again. Against that outfit again, it's just the chaos and the numbers they committed to the box. Was significant, and our guys keep trying. They keep finding a way to put up those kind of numbers, to control the football, control the line of scrimmage, and that ultimately that's what the type of team we want to become does.
Yeah.
So we're in the midst of that.
Yeah, no doubt. Final thing I want to talk about and just point out was Tommy's composure in the pocket. I feel like early in that game, there were a couple times where he took some good, quality, clean hits while he delivered the football. I mean, there was some serious toughness there.
Yeah. I think this is a game that we were a little off on some details in those 3 hits early. It was all first quarter hits were all a matter of details, and nothing that Eastern did that created those situations. Sometimes a call, a blitz, a pressure, whatever, just creates a mismatch numbers-wise, and those weren't the case on those 3 plays. So things we can clean up. And, yeah, I guess to your point, Tommy stood in there and made the throws. And all but one of those was a completion, I think, when he took hits. One was a touchdown to Taco. One was a long pass to Rohan, and then we had the incompletion in there. But, he continues to do things in all ways. And from the pocket is one that hasn't been significant maybe till this year, but I think he has proven this year he can stand in there and throw it with the best of them.
Yeah, boy, he really did everything in this game, and it helps Montana State to a 9-0 start with the victory at Eastern Washington. Ty McCullough scored what was kind of the dagger touchdown in this game. He was our guest on the Bobcat Insider television show. If you want to check that out later today or tomorrow. Of course, we're going to talk to the Grebys here in a little bit. And it is Military Appreciation Day coming up on Saturday. So we're going to talk to Josh McCain, the founder and CEO of Big Sky Bravery, coming up in just a bit. But first, we're going to take a break. We're live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
Hey, Bobcat fans, want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
Hey, college football fans, what do you call a game you can't lose? We call it the Conoco Coin Promotion. 250 fans at every Bobcat home game will get a Conoco coin. This coin can be redeemed for free prizes at a participating Conoco station. Watch out for the Conoco Coin Promotion at the next home Bobcat football game and redeem it for free prizes. Conoco, proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
When I was using, I spent half my time worried about running out of pills and the other half hiding my addiction. Hiding from judgment. Hiding from everything. I OD'd right there. My pills were laced with fentanyl. Narcan and my son saved my life. He found me and called 911. After that, I got treatment.
Learn more at helpsaveliveSMT.org. A message from Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. Hey, Bobcats, do more this game day than cheering for the best team in the Big Sky. Your game day purchase from MSU Bookstore goes directly to lowering the cost of course materials for all Montana State students. Support students on and off the field by shopping the MSU Bookstore on campus at Bobcat Stadium on game days and online at msubookstore.org. All right, again, Saturday is Ag Appreciation Game and Military Appreciation Game against Sacramento State. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen, and we are now joined by Josh McCain, the founder and CEO of Big Sky Bravery. Josh, how we doing?
Doing good. Surrounded by a lot of good Americans tonight. My favorite coach, so can't be asking for a better night.
Yeah, hey, no doubt. So you guys have some branded stuff. We got a couple of hats in the back. Seth, go ahead and raise your hand back there. He's got some hats you can purchase today. But you guys are going to have some branded hats and some gear out at this game this week, right?
Yeah. We wore their hats before, but this year we got a blue and gold hat. Appreciate them taking that step. And then we have coats as well that will be wearing on the sideline.
Nice. And Josh, for you guys, let's get into Big Sky Bravery a little bit and just kind of what it's all about. So give us what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first off, if there's any active duty military or veterans in the crowd tonight, I'd ask you to raise your hand. We can give you a round of applause. What you've done for our country is we should recognize that. So, I mean, there's a couple teams, right? We got a lot of people in here that love Bobcat football. Right? We got a lot of people in here who love our country, too, love America. All right, so that's a pretty good crowd, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Big Sky Bravery, it was started about 9.5 years ago. I grew up in Three Forks, Montana. Sometimes I call it Three Forks, America, but Butte people fist fight better than Three Forks people, so they don't really like the disrespect with that. The organization is founded for active duty special operations forces. So everybody that we partner with on the special operations side are from units all across the United States. We bring them in for week-long decompression programs. We pair them with high-performing civilians, and we try to make sure that they find hope, peace, and restoration while they're out here before they go back to the fight. So that's pretty much what Big Sky Bravery tries to accomplish for our nation's most elite warfighters and their families.
And how did you and Coach Vigen kind of get linked up?
This guy's a patriot, all right? My generation kind of fell through the cracks on some certain things, especially personal touch. Coach Vigen actually wrote a card and reached out to us and wanted to know how to keep the tradition alive, how to keep the relationship alive with Big Sky Bravery and Bobcat football. And I honestly can't think of a better representative for the entire program than you, Coach. You prioritize a lot of things that matter to you. And I will tell you that for some of the war fighters that we've been able to give back to, that have come back to the games, or they've seen stuff on Instagram or social media that are fighting over in places that we can't discuss, you prioritizing those individuals means the world to them. And you're a man of character, compassion, humility, and competency. And I think this entire state and this program is lucky to have a man like you here.
Well, thanks for that. Yeah. Well, it was the first year of military appreciation. Sidewinders was the presenting sponsor, and they brought Big Sky Bravery into it. That particular game, they gave us some really nice hats, and I felt like what could we do to take this military appreciation anywhere further? And we wore the hats that game. So we've continued to do that the first 3 years essentially, and then we're taking another step. I had a chance to go to their fight night back in the spring, and to hear how Big Sky Bravery impacts certainly active duty soldiers, but their families, their spouses, it was amazing. So, I might be doing what I'm doing, but what Josh is doing is unbelievable. And the whole crew, they couldn't be greater people. And, the Gallatin Valley has, I think, such unique opportunities for people to decompress. And so bringing our area along with really a great mission, we're just thankful to be part of it. I think our guys can learn so much from organizations like this. And, certainly Military Appreciation Day is about a lot of branches and different things, but we wanted to step it up and really tie it in with Big Sky Bravery as much as we could this year.
Great. Now we've got the opportunity to talk about it too a little bit, Josh. Give us a feel for just how this kind of came about. Why did you guys start to come up with some of these task forces to restore here? So first question is just, what do you guys do on some of these task forces, you call them, to help them restore?
Yeah, it's kind of like Coach said. I mean, we all live here for a reason, right? When you look around, there's a lot of peace and restoration that already's encompassed around the entire state. I mean, you can't miss it if you look for it. So that's one of the primary reasons and primary things that we do. The other side of what makes us unique is getting down to the core problems. I mean, I deal, with a lot of different things throughout the year. I focus on my family primarily with everything that I do, and I'd rather try to hit problems head on and be proactive instead of reactive. And that's really the difference of what we're doing. I mean, the people that we get back to are still in the fight. And not only in the fight, but they're in the most dynamic, combat zones in the entire world right now. We're trying to make sure that they're taken care of before they get out of the military, so they know that people that are sitting in this room tonight, people that are in the great state of Montana, we see them, we thank them, we're here for them, and not only that, we're going to show them what this country and what the state's all about. Yeah. Help guide them through the process.
Yeah, so give me a sense of what it's like when they are out there, how you see this environment helping these guys just in some of those day-to-day basis when you have them out there.
Yeah, I mean, people want to be heard, right? They want to be seen. And the individuals that we give back to are in a very unique role. They're not supposed to exist, right? We call them the quiet professionals. It really boils down to being vulnerable. I think we could all benefit from either you're sitting with your family tonight, your friends, not asking just, hey, how you doing? Great. Oh, pass on to the next question. Really, how are you doing? And that's really what we get to the core of, identifying who these individuals were before their time in the military. What does life look like for them right now in the military? And more importantly, what is life going to look like for them once they get out of the military? So asking those core questions to get to know them as human beings, not just people who serve our country.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff and really very important stuff for everybody coming back and what we've got going on. For people who maybe want to get involved or help Big Sky Bravery, what can they do and how can they be involved to help you guys continue on this mission?
Yeah, I mean, we've got all the social media stuff. I don't have social media. We've got a website, www.bigskybravery.org. There's an incredible amount of information. I think one of the most impactful ways that you could get involved with the organization. There's a number of them. But what I would ask you to do is just sign up for our newsletter and make it a priority to read these testimonials of these individuals that they write after they come through our program and what they're facing right now and why they serve our country and why they continue to serve. You have to remember that some of the individuals we give back to, we had a gentleman last year who was coming back from his 23rd deployment. Oof. Right, 23 4-month deployments. I chose to go to business. These individuals chose to go to war. This is my peer group, our generation. I'm not going to sit idly by watching them suffer when all of us in here can do something for our country and do something for these men and their women, these men and these women and their families, like Coach is doing, like Keaton's doing right now, highlighting this. We can all do something for that American flag. So I think the last thing I would say is every day you wake up, you look at that American flag, what more can you do for it? Ask yourself that, and I think we'll be a better country moving.
All right. Well, thank you, Josh. This is great and a great way to just go beyond saying it's Military Appreciation Day and really kind of talk about what we can do. So Big Sky Bravery, it's bigskybravery.org, I believe?
.org, yep.
All right. bigskybravery.org if you want to learn more. Josh McCain, founder and CEO, again, of Big Sky Bravery. Thank you so much for everything you're doing and coming out today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We're taking a break. The Greby brothers are coming up after this. We're live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Hi, former Bobcat Big Lou Salcedo from Wrestler Chevrolet here. Our team proudly supports MSU football both on the field and on the road. Serving the Bobcat community since 1999, we've got what you need. From the powerful heavy-duty Silverado to the top-of-the-line High Country Suburban. Visit our showroom or check us out online at WrestlerChevy.com. Together, let's drive a Wrestler Chevrolet. Community-born, community-driven. We'll meet you at the tailgate.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
All right, we are back at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. Before we visit with the Grebe brothers, it's time now to pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat.
XL Country, 100.7, KXLB Churchill, Bozeman, Belgrade. Also in Livingston on translator K254AL.
All right, we are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by a couple of brothers, our second all-brothers show. We've got Brody Grebe and Bryce Grebe in the house. Fellas, how we doing?
Pretty good.
All right, rocking the Grebe Ranch hats, looking good, looking sharp. Brody, I know the last time we had you on here last year, we were talking, we had a couple, some guys got it, but I feel like everybody's got them now.
Yeah, we actually have some on up top now, so
okay,
you can go out there and get them if you want one.
There you go. They are available and rocking and rolling. You got yours as well, Bryce.
Yep.
Looks good. Seems like they've been selling a little bit.
Yep. We had a few that I gave out to some of the guys and some of the coaches, but, yeah, some people are buying them on there, so you can get them.
Cool to see, man. I love it. We could tie into that with some of the branding stuff you guys did, but I know we've got over 4,000 career high school points in basketball between the two of y'all. So you guys were pretty darn good basketball players. Who would win? When's the last time you guys went one-on-one on the basketball court?
Obviously me. This spring we played a little bit. We have a spring basketball tournament between the team every year. So he was on my team, I guess, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even remember. He wasn't really doing much to contribute, was he?
Apparently not.
Who won that tournament?
We got second.
You remember who got first?
Rylan Orr, Brock Steele, I think Marcus Weir. Who else was on that team? A few DBs were on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rylan got a few of the DBs to play on, and they were pretty athletic. We struggled. It was me and Bryce, and then some of our other skill guys got hurt.
Okay.
So it was us, and then we had a bunch of O-linemen, so we were struggling a little bit with their speed.
Yeah, you guys got a little mucky in there.
Yeah.
Were you guys going 5-on-5?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That'll really get up and down. Let's stay on basketball. I mean, I know both you guys are big basketball fans. I know, Brody, you were really contemplating about playing some basketball in college. Do you guys follow the teams here much, the men's and women's teams a lot, or?
I follow them a decent amount. I know that they've been good the last couple of years. I had a buddy, Caleb Bellich, that came here. He was from my class, so I watched them a lot then when I was in the dorms.
Yeah.
Not as much when I've got off campus, but I definitely keep up with the scores and stuff and root them on. They've been doing a great job.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Bryce, you been able to get to some games?
Yeah, last year I did quite a bit. One of my good buddies, Royce Robinson, he played.
From Livingston?
From Bluestown.
Bluestown,
yep.
Wrong L.
So, yeah, I went out and supported him, watched him quite a bit. So,
yep.
Nice. Well, the women started with a 1-0 victory. They had a heck of an offense performance this week against Chadron State, so they're starting to get going. And the men open tomorrow at Wisconsin against the Badgers tomorrow night, so that one's going to be fun. I'm going to be out there for that. I'll fly out tomorrow morning and get there for that game as they get things underway. So going to be fun to watch that all get going. Did you guys get any hunting in this fall at all?
Yeah, I got pretty lucky. I shot a bull with my bow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
From how far out?
30 yards.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. How big a bull?
Scored 402.
Okay. Yeah, nicely done. Where was it at?
At Melstone.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Was that the bye week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we went out the first bye week. I didn't get as lucky as him, of course. The second bye week, I went back and looked around on opening morning of rifle, and I saw a few good bucks, but I didn't shoot anything. So.
Okay. So who's the better hunter?
Come on.
I mean, I don't know. You got to tell me.
He likes to hunt more than me, so I'll give it to him. He shot a few good elk. I've shot some decent bulls too. So.
Okay. Yeah. You're mostly a bow guy?
Yeah, I like to bow hunt.
Yeah. How long you been bow hunting? I mean, has it just been always for you?
Freshman in high school I started.
Yeah.
Yep.
How long did it take for you to feel like you were good enough to really, feel good at it?
I wouldn't say I'm very good at it,
okay.
really, but just hunting with my dad and stuff, I got a lot better. So 3 or 4 years it takes.
Yeah.
Yep.
How often do you practice? Is it an everyday thing?
No. In the summers, I like to go shoot with some of my friends.
Yeah.
But not once a week, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure it's much tougher now with football, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is he, I don't know, is he being humble, Brody? Is he pretty good with the bow?
He's a pretty good bow hunter, yeah. He gets in on them a ton. He's always sending me videos surrounded by elk, and I'm not as big into bow hunting. He'd get up before school every single morning in high school and then go to school all day, go to football practice, and come home. And I wasn't willing to do that for hunting, so He's definitely better at bow hunting than me.
Yeah, that's wild, right? I mean, that's a long day. How much sleep were you getting?
Yeah, I prioritize sleep, but still, it was a long day.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's fun to hear about. Now, you guys are one of 5 different sets of brothers on this team. We got the Louis Lekepas, we got the Steels, we got the 3 Perkins boys. We had the Dowlers on the show a little bit earlier this year, but it's pretty wild, pretty unique to have that many brothers on the same team.
I think just from a recruiting standpoint, if you have a older brother that you like, that you think is working hard for you and doing the right things, and the younger brother, the apple probably doesn't fall too far from the tree. So I think on a lot of those, it's all worked out for the most part. So I think Coach Vigen just keeps going after him.
Yeah. I mean, I think you had the key phrase in there, a brother that you actually like. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, Bryce, you guys don't have like a little brother's support group or anything you needed?
No, not really.
Yeah, he wasn't beating up on you too bad after you got old enough?
No.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. I'm an older brother myself, and my brother has 2 kids who are both brothers. They're 2 years separated, and I mean, it did take a few years there for me to stop asserting my size. It's kind of easy early on.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that. I mean, and even the Dowlers, I mean, one is a little bit bigger than the other, so they do kind of get into that beat-up range at times.
Oh, yeah.
But no, that's cool to see you guys go out there and get it done. And Bryce, you're wearing number 10 after Brody got the legacy number 41, which is an awesome honor. But Brody, for you, I mean, it's awesome to wear number 41, but was it a little weird to give up number 10?
It was a little weird. I like number 10. I wore it all the way up from high school, junior high, everything. So my dad wore number 10, so it was kind of a family deal, and I was happy to hand it over, I guess.
Yeah. Bryce, did you have to fight anybody for that number?
Yeah, there was quite a few guys that wanted it. But Coach Vigen said, I remember going up in his office, and he's like, yeah, your parents have a lot of number 10 gear. I'm like, yeah, they do.
So Coach was the tiebreaker for it?
Yeah.
So what was it like being able to wear that then?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I kind of wore it a lot, too, in high school, growing up and stuff, so it was nice to take it over.
Yeah, so we got the Montana legacy number 41, and we got the Greby legacy number 10. Cool, man. All right, well, I do want to take a break, but I want to get into some more stuff. I want to talk a little bit about some of the branding stuff you guys were able to do, and I want to get a little deeper into some football. But first, we're going to take a break, so we're going to pause, and we'll come back with Brody and Bryce Grebe from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
When I was using, I spent half my time worried about running out of pills and the other half hiding my addiction, hiding from judgment, hiding from everything. I OD'd right there. My pills were laced with fentanyl. Narcan and my son saved my life. He found me and called 911. After that, I got treatment.
Learn more at helpsavelivemt.org. A message from Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Bobcats on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Bobcat Pride, powered locally.
Live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. The Blitz is on. We're rallying for 100 new members to join the Bobcat Collective by November 10th. Now's your chance to own a piece of the success for Montana State student-athletes. Your membership fuels life-changing opportunities for our athletes. Plus, members get exclusive access to events, merch, and behind-the-scenes action. Join the Blitz and be part of something big for the Bobcat Nation. The time is now. That's Bobcat Collective. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside the Greby brothers, Brody and Bryce Grebe. We're live at Buffalo Wild Wings getting ready for Sacramento State coming up this weekend. And guys, before we dive into some football, we have heard the story told about a lot of the football guys coming up to the Grebe Ranch and doing some branding of the cattle. So what time of year does that happen?
End of May.
Okay.
Yep.
So how long does that take with all the guys up there?
We usually do 2 or 3 bunches with the guys. This year we did 350 the first day, 250 the second day, or 250 the second day, and then I guess this afternoon of the second day we did another 150. So we got quite a bit done in those couple days. But if you're not bringing all those guys down, it takes a couple weeks if you have just a few guys and a couple high schoolers from Millstone. So
yeah, I assume your dad's probably pretty happy to have the help.
Yeah, for sure he is. Yep.
How do you make sure guys don't get hurt while they're doing this?
Well, yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, shots, knives being thrown around and stuff, so just using the right technique and stuff, it's pretty safe.
Yeah, what do you tell the guys to keep them safe?
Well, they usually call me the manager because I haven't wrestled the last 2 years. I'm going around helping keep calves down or somebody. There's always somebody or a couple guys that can never figure it out. So I'm always running around trying to help them figure it out and make sure nobody gets hurt because that's the main thing.
Yeah. Who were the guys that just could not figure it out this year?
I'm trying to remember. We've been doing it for so long now that this year it was pretty good, but we always have a couple new guys that struggle. I don't even remember anybody in particular.
That's good. Yeah, save their names.
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk some football. Bryce, you talked about, the opportunity to get out and play with your brother. I mean, that's a special thing, and that's not something that's guaranteed when you come here. What was the first time you got out there when you guys were both out on the field together? Do you remember it?
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that like?
It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous off the start, but ultimately just going out there and playing was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were there some butterflies in that moment? Because you really only played the one series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So were there some butterflies?
Yeah, there was.
How'd you feel like you played in that moment?
Pretty good. I went in on the third drive, and I think we had a 3-and-out.
Yeah.
So
I think you had 2 tackles on it, too.
Yep.
Yeah. What was it like for you, Brody? I mean, he's behind you, so you don't maybe see it right away, but.
It was pretty cool. He doesn't communicate as loud as Danny usually does, so that's one thing I noticed. But it was good to have him out there. I think we were on a tackle together, so my mom loves that. She always sends the pictures if we're on a tackle together. But I remember my first game playing Wyoming, kind of similar situation, and I was so nervous, so I know what he's feeling like.
Yeah, how long did it take for you to not feel nervous?
I mean, even for most of the first season coming out, the first drive or two, honestly, you go out there and you have a little bit of butterflies, especially in Bobcat Stadium when the crowd's going crazy. That does it too. But after a couple of seasons, the game starts to slow down a little bit, and you feel more comfortable doing everything.
Yeah. Bryce, you still getting butterflies out there?
Not as bad, but I still get nervous, yeah.
How do you handle the nervous energy when you get out there?
Just remembering that, just to read my keys and know my job and do my job.
There you
ultimately,
go.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Brody, last year when we had you on the show, we talked a little bit about Bryce, and you said you had to learn some of the linebacker lingo and what a linebacker has to do to help teach this guy. How far has he come along now, and what was that like now, kind of in hindsight, helping him get caught up to speed over the last year?
Well, I'm glad it all worked out. He's got a good knowledge of his job now, and that's ultimately what's allowing him to get on the field. There's guys on this team that could be playing that just can't figure out their job. And so that's one of the main things is getting that trust from your coaches. And I'm glad it all worked out, and I'm glad I could help him. And yeah.
Yeah. What do you remember about that, Bryce, just trying to drink from a fire hose and learn it all and ask your brother all those questions?
Yeah, I remember spring ball came around, and I was just struggling, couldn't figure it out, and I was just calling Brody. I would go over to his house a few times a week and just study with him. And as a linebacker, you got to know what the D-line's doing and what everyone's doing around you. So him telling me what the D-line does and how it all works out, it really helped. It really helped me.
Yeah, bring me into those study sessions. I mean, how did you guys do it? Was it watching a lot of tape? Was it reading the playbook? Like reviewing what had happened? Like what were you guys? What was the process when you guys were sitting down together?
Yeah, I was. Well, at that point during spring ball, I was mostly just trying to learn it.
Yeah, the playbook?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just trying to learn the playbook and how everything works out. And then as I advanced, got better at it, then I started watching film. And I realized that was helping out a lot more.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you remember about it?
Yeah, basically the same thing. First, you got to look at the playbook. Everybody's still on the playbook. What makes it easier.
Right.
And you know exactly what gap you have. But once things start progressing and we get farther through spring ball, well, we got split zone, we got power, we got counter, we might have a couple guys coming back, and that changes your gaps. So once we started to get into that stuff, that's where it got a little different, knowing if you're going to spill or lever the split back or whatever it is, and knowing exactly what to do, that's when it gets a little tougher.
Right. Well, and now here we are, and you're getting some run, and it's unfortunate Danny got hurt, and obviously that part stinks, but next man up, and watching you doing what you're doing, and Neil Daly having some big moments as well. It's got to be fun to watch Neil have some success right now too. Yeah.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
What have you seen out of Neil, Brody?
He's been a guy that's been here for a while and doing a good job on special teams, and he's got hurt a few times, and he's been working his tail off, and I'm glad he deserves the reps that he's been getting, and I hope he keeps doing a good job. He came in at Portland State and played his tail off and was honestly played the best on the defense that day. So if you can come in your first game and do that, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, got his first career sack in that game and held Dante Chachere really in check. And a lot of people were kind of like, oh, well, Cats are playing maybe some lower competition. But all Dante did this week was go out and hang another 4 touchdowns at Sacramento State. So it makes that performance look even more impressive after this last week. So, but again, Sacramento State is coming up next here as we get ready to go, and November is here. It's cold weather, and we're rocking and rolling through it. And I know we're kind of getting through some of the school stuff as well. And for Brody, for you, I mean, where are you at in your degree and college classes right now?
Yeah, I graduated with my mechanical engineering degree this spring. So I'm doing post-bac right now, which is just you choose another major, start doing that, working on that. So I don't have a ton of classes in that regard, but I have a project that I've been working on for the last year and a half or 2 years that's based on creating biofuel, and I did that for my senior capstone. So I've been trying to do that a little bit, and with my spare time, I guess.
Yeah, biofuel. How are you guys creating biofuel? I mean, is this going to fuel the ranch and keep things moving?
Hopefully, that's the plan. It's basically growing algae and taking the lipids, carbohydrates out of that fats out of the algae, and putting it through a hydrocracker and turning it into different types of fuel.
Wow.
You can kind of tailor that to whatever you're doing, and I'm trying to make it so I can grow the algae all times of the year and have it all sensored out where I have heat and I have temperature sensors and everything like that, so where it all works together.
Yeah, that's wild. That's very, very complicated. That's some real science right there. I mean, do you get brain fatigue at a certain point when you're doing all this math, different studying, trying to, break boundaries while also trying to break through offensive lines?
Yeah, a little bit, especially when I'm getting my brain hit a lot on the weekends. But, I'm just trying to do whatever I can do and stay on top of it.
Yeah. Bryce, what about for you? How you settling into the college class routine?
Yeah, I'm in construction engineering, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best at school, but I've just been working hard trying to get through it. I'm in Calc 2 right now, and that's been kind of tough, but yeah, just ultimately just trying to work through and pass my classes. So.
Yeah, just got to get through it. You're kind of laughing over there, Brody.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I remember doing those classes so long ago, and he tries to ask me, and I can kind of remember it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just trying to pass his classes. I'm like, whatever, just do your thing.
Yeah, you'll get it. Keep it up. All right, final thing. So, are you guys living together right now, or no? You guys living together?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, who's the cleaner roommate? Are you, Bryce?
Well,
this is radio. Bryce raised his hand and Brody flipped.
Yeah.
Go on, lay out the case.
So Brody and Mackenzie, his fiance, they cook a lot, but I make sure I do the dishes or help out some way. So
okay.
Yeah.
So, but you don't think he's the cleaner one?
Well, here's the other part of that. That's in the evenings. During the day, he comes home from class and expects a home-cooked meal from me, me to do the dishes, me to clean up, and then still do all my stuff. And, see you later.
Right. And if he isn't leaving, he's coming up and asking for homework help or playbook help?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, who's the cleaner eater? Who eats better?
Definitely me.
Well, we basically eat the same foods.
Oh, right, because he's cooking.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Okay, so if he wasn't cooking, would you be the dirtier, or would you be the more fast food eater?
He had Chick-fil-A today, so.
All right, I'm gonna go with Brody as the cleaner eater.
Yeah.
You're just in the wake of it all.
Yeah.
All right, and then who's just generally more organized? I mean, it is kind of a cleaner question, but just generally, who's more organized with everything they've got?
I like to lose a lot of stuff, but I'd say Brody's probably a little better with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Brody?
Yeah, especially with schoolwork. I have all my stuff on my iPad and laptop, all foldered, everything.
Yeah.
So I know where everything is. He's got 3 different notebooks with football, Calc 2, physics, all in different ones, sometimes together. So I ask him why he does that, and he never has a good answer. So
I don't know, why do you do it that way?
I don't know, to be honest.
I mean, but now, are we just comparing apples to oranges here, where Brody, you've had an opportunity to get into your routine, and maybe he'll get there eventually? Like, were you like that when you first got into college and into classes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's really no excuse.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, someday maybe you'll figure that part out.
I've gotten better.
Step by step. All right, finally, so again, Sacramento State is coming up. Excited for this matchup against the Hornets. Give us 1 or 2 things to look for in this matchup, guys.
I guess I'll go in terms of the O-line and quarterback. The O-line, they got a little beat up last week. They have Jackson Slater. He's been a couple-time All-American, good player, has a chance to play in the NFL.
Yep.
Some of the other guys have some experience, but it's hard to say. They got a little beat up last week, so we don't know exactly who's going to be out there. But they're a good O-line that works well together. And then in terms of the quarterback, they have a freshman quarterback that's been slinging the rock around. He's got a great arm and has been doing pretty well. So we got to get some pressure on him and make him make some quick decisions and some freshman mistakes.
Yeah, Carson Conklin, right now the most prolific freshman quarterback in the country by the numbers. Bryce, anything you're looking for in this game?
Yeah, just kind of to add on that, we can't overlook him. Got to go out, play our game, and just take another step, keep getting better. Just they got a lot of playmakers, good running back and stuff. So just can't overlook them and just got to go play our game.
All right. Well, looking forward to it, and congratulations, Brody. You got off cooking duty. You get to eat some Buffalo Wild Wings today. You don't have to field Bryce today. All right, the Grebe brothers, Brody and Bryce. We're taking a break from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Hi, former Bobcat Big Lou Salcedo from Wrestler Chevrolet here. Our team proudly supports MSU football both on the field and on the road. Serving the Bobcat community since 1999, we've got what you need. From the powerful heavy-duty Silverado to the top-of-the-line high country Suburban. Visit our showroom or check us out online at WrestlerChevy.com. Together, let's drive a Wrestler Chevrolet. Community born, community driven. We'll meet you at the tailgate.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
All right, we are back one final time at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat, and it's time to look ahead to the next game presented by Vance Thompson Vision. Sacramento State is in town. 1 o'clock kick. We'll be on the air at noon for the 1 o'clock kick with Leo Davis, Dan Davies. All right, Coach, here we go. Sac State in the house. It's going to be a good one on Saturday.
Yeah, great to be back home. Have been 4 weeks, so can't wait to be back in front of our fans. Sac State's been a playoff team year in, year out. They're not going to be this year, but we got to expect their best, and we got to find a way to take our game to another level, just like Bryce said.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So this is going to be a good one coming up on Saturday with the 1 o'clock kick. All right, thank you to the Grebe brothers for joining us today. Thank you to Josh McCain, the founder and CEO of Big Sky Bravery, and Trevor Nominuk as our producer today. For head coach Brent Vigen, this is Keaton Gillogly saying so long. We'll talk again next week. This has been Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
You've been listening to Cat Chat with head football coach Brent Vigen. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official home of Cat Chat, every Wednesday night at 6:30. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Bobcats Sports Network.